A study by a leading British think tank has now underscored the dangers of online jihadist extremism and how tech companies are failing to clamp down on this. So we take a look now at why there is a surge in jihadist movement, specifically in the United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom has suffered a number of terrorist attacks in the first half of 2017, and according to the UK-based think tank Policy Exchange, online jihadist propaganda has maximum traction in Britain than anywhere else in Europe. Policy Exchange has warned that the decline of the Islamic State in the online space has been overstated, that in fact it has gained ground in the virtual space in the last 3 years. The Policy Exchange study says the Islamic State produces around 100 pieces of new content every week. Videos are the key to the Islamic State's online campaign as it enables the group to overcome language barriers and propagate key messages. So far, the Islamic State has produced around 2,000 official videos. Social media platforms play a key role in taking such content to a wider audience. While Instagram works as a safe haven for jihadists, they make the use of other social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube as well. For example, Twitter accounts for 40% of the identifiable traffic to jihadist content online. Social media companies on various occasions have been instructed to take corrective measures to curb extremist content online, but their efforts in this direction have been patchy and inadequate. The Islamic State is just short of military collapse in Syria and Iraq, but it remains a potent force online, misusing and abusing the virtual world to spread its message of hate. Bureau Report, WION.
All right, let's now go to our guest joining us from York. We have Emil Gesson, a former Royal Marine Commando. Emil, thanks for joining us. Let's talk about this new report that's come out by this think tank about why there is such a surge of jihadists flooding to the UK. What exactly is that? I mean, can we draw a link to that and the recent slew of terror attacks on UK soil this year alone? London, Manchester, and of course the other one at the Tube just last week, in fact.
Yeah, of course. The caliphate is in decline now, and the Islamic State's on the back foot. They've lost Mosul. The assault into Raqqa is going ahead at the moment through the Syrian Defence Force and the YPG, and also Assad's forces, Syrian forces, are taking key areas in Syria. So they're on the back foot. So what Islamic State are now doing is now they're pushing out the propaganda. We've seen the difference between Al Qaeda, where it was a shaky camcorder video in a cave somewhere in Afghanistan. Islamic State have. Much of the success has been through their propaganda, their Hollywood-style videos and recruitment. And this has been so attractive to many young men in the West who have seen the Caliphate and the Islamic State as this glorified organisation. It's very much the era of Xbox, PlayStation generation where it's a fantasy to go join this group. And because they're militarily being destroyed at the moment on the battlefield, the commanders of Islamic State are pushing out the propaganda for young men to carry out attacks here in the West. So they are seeing the surge here online because they're actually losing the battle on the ground. So it's not surprisingly that there's been an increase of young men who've been turned into terrorism, especially we've seen the surge here in the UK. And the main reason why there's been no real attacks for the last 5-6 years, well, since 7/7 really, here in the UK until last year, is because a lot of these young men were going to join the Caliphate in Iraq and Syria. And now Islamic State commanders are telling foreign fighters not to come out to fight in the region because they're losing and carry out attacks here in the UK.
All right, Emil, getting us the very latest there. Thanks again for your perspective on that story. We appreciate that.